Welcome back to another video, everyone. We're playing Minecraft, but also we're going to do something pretty special today. We're going to be talking about stories that I have to tell, because why not? Okay, and this guy's... Okay, he's in another world right now, but while he's in another world, we're just going to be talking to you, and I'm going to be telling you a story about my second grade childhood. He's just given up. I haven't even done anything yet. Yeah, get in that corner. I'm just going to bully you by, one of these days you're gonna have to die. A waste. I mean, yeah, kind of. I mean, you kind of wasted my time there a little bit, but I was trying to tell a story. It was a weird year in second grade. I think third grade was the weirdest, but it was fairly odd because I was always a rule follower. Okay, I was never one to break the rules according to everyone that I know. They say, "Wow, you're such a good person. You're gonna grow up to become a lawyer or something. A police officer." I'm like, well, you know what? That's kind of thinking too far in the future, and this man just rage quit. Second grade goes is the fact that I get a teacher named, I'm not going to name drop her. That wouldn't be safe of me to do this, so I'm just going to say Mrs. B. She was probably the best teacher I had. She always helped me with all the math problems. She really over-explain things sometimes. I really would kind of doze off. Anyway, the story begins is that I was a really good kid, okay, according to my teachers. I would always get... Like, when it comes to those report cards, it wouldn't be like an A or B or C level grading system. It'd be like a 3+ for like the greatest you can get. And at that point, that was an honor getting a 3+. Like, people would respect you. They would like bow down to you. Uh-oh. We're lagging. Whoa, oh no. Huh? There'd be a board in the room. It called the clip up or clip down board. Okay, and this clip up board was probably the best thing you can get because, teachers, they are actually really smart. They started bribing kids at a young age, at the ripe age of like 6 years old. What is going on here? Every time he hits me, I just lag. It's a better way to bribe kids than with candy, okay? Like, money has no actual physical meaning to little children, like second graders, but candy, oh my gosh, has every meaning in the world. Oh no, he's getting mad. Okay. He's dead. And it was the perfect scam because you could literally have your job be so easy by bribing kids with candy to be good, basically. You could just say, hey, here's candy. If you make my job easy, you get candy, basically. And that was the perfect scheme. And I say, second grade teachers, well done. You guys are on to something. I would be scared of second grade teachers. If anyone's going to become like a major villain, it's going to be those guys, the second grade teachers. The clip up chart is where if you did something good, you get candy for it. And if you do something bad, here's the downside to it. If you do something bad, you clip down. And if that was the case, the council would be the last to decide your fate. In fact, you know what? You would want anything else but the clip down. Your fate would be sealed at that point as a troublemaker for the rest of your life. People remember you as that one kid who clipped down in second grade. Therefore, they should treat you as that same kid in second grade who clipped down. It's not fair at all. But, that's just how it worked. Every day I clipped up for pushing in the chairs when everyone else was at lunch or, staying in for lunch, just helping the cafeteria ladies clean up. Why is everyone leaving? I'd be getting licorice every day because licorice was the best candy. She also had something in her classroom known as the treasure chest, which is where if you clip up all the way to the top of the board, you actually will get a treasure. You know how those, if you go to the dentist's office, they have like a little basket sometimes that's full of toys for little kids. They get their teeth cleaned and stay good, like good little kids. Bribery's everywhere. People are turning a blind eye to this, I mean, I definitely would have turned a blind eye to it because it was candy, Who's going to turn down free candy? There was rewards for both clipping down all the way and clipping up. And if you got clipped down all the way, you would get a call home saying, hey, your kid actually sucks. You need to start bribing your kids more of candy because your kids, I don't know, apparently candy just isn't good enough for them. But I would clip up every day on this board. And it was I think it went all year by clipping up, and because I kept on doing like random good things because my mom always said, be the best you can be, right? And I took that literally. I'm just like, okay. Then roughly, I'd say in the 6th month of my academic career, everything was going good and steady. In my 6th month of the year, there was one time where I clipped down. Everyone was just shocked. They couldn't move. They were practically speechless just to how weird this was. Because, this guy, he clips up every day by doing something good. To suddenly clip down, I was bawling, okay? Because I was like, no, my streak. It's like losing the Bed Wars streak, but in this case, the only thing you're going to be sent to is your bed with a spanking on your bum. But it was terrible, and I remember the day to the shame Oh, I just remember the shame. It's just everywhere. The kids made fun of me. They said, look at he's become one of us. I'm like, no, please, anything. I didn't want to join the dark side. The teacher's like, all hope has been lost in humanity. The last singular child in my class has disappeared, vanished to the dark side. It's completely over for the world. I said, please don't call my mom. I remember saying she would be very displeased with me, and she ended up laughing. She's like, I didn't know second graders had a vernacular that large to say displeased. Remember her kindness and forgiveness. And she says, you know what? It may not be wiped from the permanent record, but you know what? At least your mom won't have any knowledge of it. You know, we formed an alliance, and I never, ever said anything rude, mean, or anything ever again. Had no reason to cause trouble. Okay, I was more focused on academic prowess and whatnot. Oh my gosh, the combo. Yo, the combo. No! The combo. He's giving up. He's giving up. He's giving He knows. He knows his place. Anyway, so the next story I have from second grade, I have lots of stories from second grade in particular, is where I used to be on the basketball team in second grade. I used to play for something known as the YMCA Federation or whatnot. I was on the youth basketball team because I was like, I don't know how old I was back then. I can't do math right now. My math is literally trying to find the most optimal range for PvP in Minecraft. Basically, I had a basketball coach. He taught me the basic rules of basketball, and he taught me how to steal a basketball from another player. I used to be really good at basketball, and I understand all the basic rules. Like, I know how to steal a ball, you know, I know how to pass a ball, you know. I was a second grade. I didn't know all the advanced techniques, but I knew enough to kind of get me through my years of basketball. I had a couple of friends I used to play with. I think that, you know, I'm going to name drop this guy because, you know, he deserves to be name dropped after what he did, but, you know, it's just funny, you know. But his name was Sean, okay? And I have many friends named Sean, but there's just one guy named Sean, okay? And he's actually the guy that he asked me to play basketball with him on the blacktop, or, you know, like the little concrete top that we used to play basketball, play hoops, you know, shoot hoops. And I'm like, sure, I'm in, because, you know, I wanted to test my skills, see how good this guy was. And I'll just let you know that this guy was actually terrible at the game, okay? He was really good at, like, street basketball, but formal basketball, like what I was used to, it was not the case. I slide in, I do my regular thing, I steal the ball, and he gets so mad at me, pulls me over, and punches me in the face. Okay, he says, you can't steal the ball. And I'm like, what do you mean? I play basketball. And so he asked his buddies, after I get knocked to the ground, he asked his buddies to pick me up and bring me to, like, the little basketball post and away from any side of vision from any adult ever. And it was like the one place where no adult would look, and they would put me on the pole, and they would just kick me in the junk. Remember, times were so different back then because I didn't know how to fight. I just knew how to play sports. It wasn't until many years later I actually figured out how to fight. Oh, the 360. It's over for him now. And we win these. I went up to the supervisor and said, "Oh wow, they kicked me in the junk. So can you please, like, go tell on them for me, or, you know, like, report them to, like, the local democracy officer or something, you know, that arrow dodge was smooth." But anyway, and she said, "Oh, just walk it off." Basically, because times were different back then. I kid you not. They would just say, "Walk it off," and, you know, that's in the time when I realized that you can't really have anyone fight your battles. You got to do it yourself. It's just impossible for anyone else to do it for you. Out of here. Out of here. That was not fun. And so I knew from the start that I had to get back at him for some reason. The opportunity to do so soon arrived. We had a PE class for one of our sessions on Tuesday, I believe it was. I remember this day so specifically. Today was the best PE because it was a fun PE day. Rather than doing the pacer test, the fitness gram pacer test is the multi-stage aerobic capacity test. It was a dodgeball game. And I was like, yeah, baby. And everyone's so stoked. Sean, remember the guy I was talking about a couple seconds ago? I saw him in there. And you know what? This would be the greatest time to get revenge. Okay, you know what I did? I did something very, very inconspicuous. Basically, what I did is that we're playing dodgeball, and I specifically wanted to target this man. And what I did is that I threw one of those playground rubber balls, you know, the ones that'll show up on screen right now. They would hit your face hard, and when they did, they would leave like a mark in your face, and they would hurt so bad. I threw the ball so hard at his head. He not only got knocked over, but he hit his head on the the tile floor, and I believe he got a concussion from the impact with the floor, but I honestly felt truly terrible about it, and I ended up apologizing to him anyway. Even though he didn't officially apologize to me, I felt really bad for it. But the last story I have to tell you guys is something about a girl in my second grade class who did the unthinkable, okay? It's just wild. And as a kid, I was just focused in. Okay, so today was a test day in the second grade, and our teachers had just rearranged the desks, so we got new seats. And I was sitting next to a girl named, we'll call her Celeste, okay, Celeste. She was at the time, I think I had a little bit of thing for her. And he's out of here. Out of here. But it was a test day today. And we were doing tests in division because, you know, I was a very smart kid at the time when it comes to mathematics and all that jazz. So we're taking the test, and I hear another girl from, I think she was right next to the girl on my right. So she was right next to Celeste. And we'll call her Haley. And the teacher's like, oh, you don't really look so good. You know, I'm going to send you to the nurse's office right away. And she gives her the pass to go to the nurse's office. She writes her the note. And I see Haley just jumping like she was like shivering. I don't know if she was cold, but, you know, it was weird. And I was just minding my own business doing my test. And I was, it was a slight disruption when all of a sudden she couldn't hold it anymore. And she was told to go rush to the sink. And I happened to be sitting in front of that sink, you know. And you know what happens when I'm sitting in front of the sink? She completely misses the sink and instead hits me with her regurgitating vomit all over my back. Okay, that and Celeste right next to me. And so, oh, we both got thrown up on by this sick girl. Okay, well, not all three of you are going to the nurse's office. And so we all walked down to the nurse's office together. And it was the most awkward, quiet, like, walk ever. And not even close. I had to sit in the lobby of the room just smelling like garbage. You know, it smells like garbage that sat in the sun for too long, and it has that weird old stench. It's like, no. But the thing is that, what is this? I'm the true blue axolotl king, okay? Bow before your king right now, axolotl boy. I had that exact same skin 3 years ago. Get out of here. I don't think this man's an F5. No, he's gonna take no damage. But anyway, and the nurse finally called me and my friend there, Celeste, in, and it was a really weird. She's like, "How did this happen?" I'm like, "Well, you see that girl who just came in there, you know, the sick girl?" And she's like, "Yeah, what about her?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, she's the one that threw up on me and my friend over here." And she's like, "Oh, okay, you know what? We're gonna have you take a shower we're gonna like wash your hair in my sink because it was all over my hair too." And at the time, I didn't know what to think of it, but it was in my hair, in my sweatshirt. So when I put my hood on, it was like all over my neck. It was disgusting. She's like, "Yeah, we gotta wash your hair out like now because that's like a major health violation if they don't like do something about it quickly." And so I had to take a shower and swap out my clothes. And she's like, "Okay, you can go into the bathroom there and just swap out your clothes. You can take some of the clothes," because she had extra clothes from her son. You know, she's like, she was so generous. She decided to give me some of her clothes that were actually meant for her son. But she's like, "Well, you know, he doesn't need them today," and I was just bringing them for extras. I'm like, "They seem to fit you," and they did fit me. It was a perfect fit. It's as if like God was looking out for me. He was like, "Yo, hey, take these clothes. You're gonna need them today." It was a red baseball sweatshirt. It was like I had never heard of this baseball team. I forgot what it was now. I think I might have it. I had to go look for it. Even after being regurgitated on, there was one thing worse than that. Is that when you get sent home with your mom and she doesn't take you to McDonald's, it's like, it's